Alright, hello everyone and now welcome to a game between ThorZaIN and Sheik. ThorZaIN has spawned as the red undead player over here on the bottom left hand side of the map. This is W3 Champions Final Season 4 in Europe. Meanwhile, we have Sheik spawning as the blue undead over here on the top right. Undead versus human in a 1v1 matchup. It looks as though it is going to be, well, opening up ghouls versus an archmage, followed by footmen. Both players perhaps trying to go for a fast expansion attempt, and we'll see if it's going to be a Crypt Lord, and we'll have to keep a close eye on this Altar of Darkness, whether or not it is unsummoned for that faster tech, or for that faster expansion. And then there we can start to try and predict the remainder and the opening and the pacing of this game. Tomb of Relics also being placed down, or a very key part of the undead army, using that Rod of Necromancy to essentially go wide very early on with that Altar of Darkness, and Altar of Darkness training up that Crypt Lord, excuse me, and also going in for those beetles. I'm not quite sure about the timing on the Scroll of Healing, but I wonder if the Scroll of Healing is available at maybe midnight on the first night, whether or not that is an actual viable option early on to try and put pressure as an undead player. Being able to attack with a swarm of beetles, swarm of ghouls, swarm of skeletal minions, and then on top of that, being able to heal that many units since you have quote unquote gone wide. I wonder if that is actually a viable strategy at all. Archmage going to go ahead and run off to the north here. ThorZaIN opening up with that Archmage. There's that footman right behind, attempting to clear out this 5-4-4 creep cap. Meanwhile, back across here, Altar of Darkness not getting unsummoned. Sheik did sell the Scroll of Town Portal though, and it looks as though he should be able to get. There is Rod of Necromancy first, interestingly enough. Are we going to see another beetle pop on up? That is the question right there. There is a pig, and now going to go ahead and try and clear out this creep camp here. Beetles now popping up out of the ground. Rod of Necromancy beetles should be continuing to come into play. Archmage, very low hit point on that water elemental, instead opting to clear out an additional creep camp here, getting more experience as that Archmage does pick up Brilliance Aura at level 2. Really no surprise whatsoever. The follow-up question is going to be, are we going to see Militia now called out once again to try and clear out of this creep camp here after finishing off this Murloc Flesh Ripper creep camp here? Water Elemental is at the end of its timed life. Well, gonna go ahead and splash into a giant puddle of nothingness. There it goes, being one with Azeroth as it falls into the water. Back off to the north, we're looking at Sheik, setting up that ziggurat here and should be hunting that gold mine. Timing on Sheik, he wants to see if his opponent if ThorZaIN is trying to go for that expansion, and he's going to quickly see that there is no expansion. Instead, the Archmage is going to be already at level 3. Sheik taking this opportunity to clear out the 5-4-2 or 2-2 creep camp, and hoping to get to level 3 as well. Meanwhile, the Archmage has gone to level 3, and that Lightning Shield may actually be an incredible item later on here. Water Elemental going to be dropped. Archmage now making its way off to the north here. A lot of mana, as we're going to see this Acolyte perhaps get finished off here. No Acolyte getting finished off. Water Elemental just going to make its way over, and ThorZaIN keeping the game honest, keeping both sides at, level 1 or 1 base. It looks like it is going to be a rather low supply battle between these two armies, at least for a little while longer, as that Water Elemental, finishes off that one Ziggurat there. All right, Ghouls are going to try to dive on in. There is a Scout Tower trying to upgrade to an Arcane Tower. Militia, are they going to get called? This one Peasant going to have a very bad day, going to try and get away, and quickly gets taken out by those Ghouls. Meanwhile, we are looking at the Archmage. There is a Roar, Scroll of the Beast. There is a Lightning Shield, and there is that Footman that I was talking about earlier. There is a quick Impale, though. The Lightning Shield actually damaging ThorZaIN's own units right now, as we're looking at this battle going on through. There goes another unit there. Double Water Elemental all the way. What does it really mean as Ghoul after Ghoul? Scroll of Town Portal now trying to come back across onto the other side. Water Elemental shooting some damage. Are we going to see another Ghoul taken out? Yes, we are. Hello, you twat. All right. Hello. ThorZaIN coming back across here. We do have Roar, Ghouls, or Footmen actually positioning themselves in a way, or the Footmen are trying to position themselves in a way where all of a sudden these Ghouls have no easy way out. Water Elementals were also on the receiving end here. We're going to see more damage getting added in, and we are at tier 2 already. There goes a little bit more damage there as, well, we are looking at the Footmen trying to fight back here. One Water Elemental, one Archmage should be enough, as Sheik is just running around the back of this gold mine, looking to see if he can try and deny a little bit of that experience. All right, Militia getting that last shot off there, getting that last shot there as well. As, dang it, I accidentally scrolled in. All right, it always feels a little bit too close once you have that high zoom, and, well, you can't use the chat ability during this time. So, well, I'm just kind of stuck here. All right, zoomed on in right there. That's definitely zoomed in too much. Gonna go ahead and pull back out here as the Archmage. Well, picking up a Scroll of Town Portal, most likely Scroll of Regeneration, Mountain King as that second hero. Meanwhile, back off to the north, we are teching to tier 2. Gonna get that Necropolis, well, up and running as well. And then perhaps we will see a tech to tier 3, and as Sheik needs to make up some of that ground. Yep, I am doing well. Thank you for tuning in. Archmage now making its way off to the north here as well. Null Overseer, Water Elemental going to be dropped, clearing out this creep camp, and most likely giving level 2 Brilliance Aura to that Archmage. Nope, Mountain King has joined up in on the fight as well, meaning that we are not going to be going into level 4 Archmage as of yet. Footmen of ThorZaIN keeping everything honest, as we are going to be looking at a little bit of one base play for at least a little while longer. Alright, Crypt Lord, interestingly enough, is currently a solo hero, and the Crypt Lord is actually, well, higher up on level than that Archmage. Archmage had a bit of a lead early on, but the Crypt Lord quickly, well, making up some of that difference, as what is this? Sheik now going to be coming down, looking for perhaps a potential expansion as well, since he has cleared it out, not coming across and not, well, actually catching ThorZaIN while he's creeping. This is going to be a very big deal. Mountain King picking up Rune Bracers alongside that Health Stone. Both very powerful items indeed, as we're going to look at a Ice Troll Berserker perhaps get finished off here. And once that Ice Troll Berserker finishes off, well, the pacing and, well, the clearing of the game is going to be is going to be coming up next. So far, that Crypt Lord is at level 4. Sentry wards are being left behind. Mountain King going to come across, is going to try and steal any of that experience. There's a Roar right there, is going to pick up any of that sentry ward. No units trying to back away. Mountain King going to perhaps be able to finish off some units. There goes a Beetle, not really necessary for a Stormbolt, but then again, might as well try to ensure at least a little bit of bonus experience, as the Mountain King perhaps going to try to go toe-to-toe with a level 4 Crypt Lord. So far, I am doing well. Yesterday was unable to cast WarCraft 3 info, was down, unfortunately, as we see a Staff of Teleportation being used right there. Is the Archmage going to be able to get free Death Knight coming back across? Rune Bracers perhaps should be given to the Archmage already, as the units are already off to the races. Back down here, Ghouls are trying to, well, finish up some of these units here, as a Ghoul is going to, well, try and get away, and unable to save itself right there. A Footman unable to insert its authority over that Ghoul. Archmage dropping in some more Water Elementals. All right, Stormbolt going to go ahead and finish off another Ghoul there, as the Archmage, well, does it have the Rune Bracers? No, that is still sitting on the Mountain King. Both sides fighting their way through. Peasants are trying to stay alive. Are they going to be able to do exactly that? Wow, low hit point Peasants all getting finished off, and a brilliant play by Sheik, shutting down this expansion by taking out every last worker. Overall supply, 41 supply by ThorZaIN compared to 33 by Sheik. Sheik still has a bit of catching up to do, as there is not that many workers. Well, there's not that many, much of an army for Sheik. A lot of those ghouls were lost. Crypt Fiends, and, well, Crypt Fiends alongside that Obsidian statue. No surprise for anyone who has gone up against an undead army. That is the bread and butter of the undead army right there, as we should be transitioning into abominations and destroyers as well. Just a second Obsidian statue being added. First Lich going to get trained up alongside that Orb of Corruption, and now, well, undead will have all of the pieces it needs to try and go after those units. Carrion Beetle, while trying to dive away down to 63 hit points, should be easily finished off here. Lich is currently out on the battlefield. There is that Crypt Lord right there, just an illusion. That Carrion Beetle going to get finished off, and well, that should pretty much be the end of that. Meanwhile, one Beetle hiding off over here, not burrowed for some reason. I would have thought some sort of burrow play would have come into play here, as we are looking at ThorZaIN keeping track of Sheik, keeping him honest. Crypt Fiends, Beetles, Lich. We are looking now at a 39 supply army compared to 47. ThorZaIN having the expansion that he's always wanted here. These peasants, however, should really be walking along this path instead of this path here. I wonder if that's actually going to slow down the overall mining, as we're finally going into the corners of the map. Northern Isles, there are limited creeps on the map, and pretty much 90% of the creeps will be finished off here in just a moment. Mountain King desperately wants to get to level 3, gets to level 3 now. Is it going to go for level 2 clap? Yes, it does. Level 2 clap over level 2 bolt. As we're going to look at these units getting taken out, and perhaps ThorZaIN is also going for tier 3 and eventual paladin. Flak cannons already getting trained up by ThorZaIN. Eventual use of destroyers, necessitating at least 5 to 8 flying machines to keep your opponent honest, even if your opponent doesn't really get them. Now we are looking at ThorZaIN sitting on one base play. ThorZaIN going to go ahead and staff with teleportation. Archmage being brought back over. Archmage now running back off to the north here. Mountain King getting ready, going to get into position here in just a moment. And here we are running on in. All right, Goblin Shredder could be in a little bit of trouble, as the units are going to try to run straight off there. Goblin Shredder, a very high priority target, representing so much lumber, as Sheik loses that unit already. Mountain King going to go ahead and try and go after a couple of these acolytes. Scroll of Town Portal. Scroll of Town Portal going to go ahead and do a quick trade instead, as a new acolyte will be trained up. There's a departing thunderclap for all of those Crypt Fiends. We are looking at one acolyte here, Sentry Ward, going to easily keep track of this gold mine now. Level 4, level 2, level 2, going up against a level 4, level 3. Yeah, coming back around, Arcane Vault here, a little bit of lumber gathering, as the Beetles quickly going to get taken out. And even if there is burrow now, the flying machines will easily be able to handle them. Coming back around, obsidian statues, 2 obsidian statues, 1 destroyer, no mana, as we're going to go into a little bit of an engagement here. Are they ready to start the flight? There is a lot of Crypt Fiends here, and what is this? All 3 priests could get taken down. 1 priest already gone, a 2nd priest going to get taken out, and ThorZaIN cannot allow those priests to go. It is worse to lose the entire back line right there, as we see a Stormbolt now go down onto that Crypt Lord to try and create a little bit of separation and distance. However, the Death Knight with endurance and unholy aura moving across the map very fast, perhaps a little bit too fast compared to the rest of the army, needing to perhaps give the aura to both sets of units, as the Mountain King could be in trouble. Mountain King, all right, there is a departing thunderclap once more. Are we going to see death right there? No, we are not. Mountain King able to stay alive ever so barely. All right. It's fine. I'm guessing English. All right. Let's see what's happening here. Archmage sitting at level 4. Mountain King sitting at level 3. Clarity Potion. And now ThorZaIN getting that Paladin to round out the tri-hero. Mountain King and ThorZaIN not going for Staff of Sanctuary. Nope, take it back. Sold some items to get that Staff of Sanctuary ready to go. Thank you for the subscription. As we're looking at, some units trying to get ready and engage here. Sheik going to be now coming in from the north. 56 supply compared to 52. We're going to go into engagement. Slight army advantage for Undead, but that's always the case, as there is a few, army units, quote-unquote, on lumber, ghouls, or goblin shredders. Coming back around here, we're looking at the Death Knight, Lich, And well, the Crypt Lord, are they going to try and engage triple destroyers? Triple destroyers very, very fast. There's some repair already. Are we going to see some Arcane Tower? Yeah, removing much of the mana from that Death Knight, as we're going to be looking into a possible engagement here. Orb of Fire not available onto the Archmage as of yet. There's a Holy Light as the Mountain King needs to back away. This is not a good spot for ThorZaIN. All that free damage pretty much, as ThorZaIN needs to repair that guard tower. Not going to happen in time. And all of a sudden, this expansion is just gonna get a lot of pressure. Will it fall here? That is the question. Flying machines trying to get into position. Peasants are falling to the wayside just because of beetles and impale, and that might be enough to just shut everything down here. ThorZaIN losing that economic advantage. He's been trying to hold on so desperately. All right, just one well-timed impale would be a lot of death right there. There it goes, and 4 peasants just falling to the ground. Units now in a retreat back. We are looking at spellbreakers, militia, flying machines, footmen, priests with level 2 mastery rank can go for inner fire as well. There just wasn't enough towers, especially without the masonry upgrades, to well, have improved hit points, improved armor, and well, a better repair rate, since repair is based against the overall percentage of hit points. Really close game going back and forth so far. No real sign of it ending as of yet, as we are looking in at the 16-minute mark in this game. All right. So far, 62 supply compared to 69. Excuse me.
A town is under siege.
As both players just trying to get in for positioning, and Sheik is doing a great job just finding ThorZaIN where he is not and being able to pick apart at his opponent. He is just has a third sense on where his opponent is and where he can attack freely, picking off units, while ThorZaIN's army, instead of attacking units, is constantly on the move. This has been a great battle so far for Sheik, as Sheik now tries to actually venture forth and try to put in a little bit further. Is he going to be forced to use the Scroll of Town Portal? He doesn't. Oh, Death Knight has the Scroll of Town Portal. All right, that's going to be important there, as we see a couple of webs now be brought in on over. All right, Crypt Lord is going to try and turn around and get an impale off. That looked like a perfect time to impale, but only to see, well, all of those units or only to see a Stormbolt get thrown down as well. Flying machines going after those destroyers. Destroyers getting absolutely destroyed here. Flying machines, are they going to be able to catch up? The Death Knight needs to hang back a little bit to give a little bit of that faster movement speed as well. 3 destroyers get picked off in the pursuit. So far, Flying machines continuing to fly around. There's a couple of webs shooting them down here. No Stormbolt onto the Mountain King, or from the Mountain King. Mountain King finally finding a Crypt Fiend to try and take down. Crypt Fiend gets a Death Coil for good measure, but the Mountain King gonna no Thunderclap. Where's the Thunderclap? What is going on here? No Thunderclap as of yet. There's a Thunderclap there. Paladin could be in trouble. Paladin gets Staff of Sanctuary back home. That means the Mountain King could be in trouble now, as Abominations are getting taken down. Mountain King does have a health stone, but he doesn't want to use it unless it is absolutely necessary. And Impale now comes across, picking off both sides, some more units as well, as we're looking at a Scroll of Healing. Mountain King to be brought back over. Mountain King currently with a Potion of Mana. Are we going to see a Thunderclap as well? Units trying to retreat back. Flying machines all in the air with no targets to find, as there's a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability there. All right, so far the Crypt Lord still trying to retreat back, in a beautiful Stormbolt timing, but the Crypt Lord with the Scroll of Town Portal in time as well. Beautiful play going back and forth. Paladin rejoining in on the battle, asking what I missed, as that Paladin, well, is going to go, it has no real targets to try and heal. The Priest actually doing a great job. Paladin much more of a burst hero target, if a unit gets, well, targeted too much, rather than a sustaining hero, the sustaining heal target. The Priest pretty much been doing a great job right there. Now, we still don't see an Orb of Fire coming in from ThorZaIN, which is a surprise to me right now. Lich also just shy of level 3. 1 Obsidian statue here. We are looking at Frost Armor on that Lich to try to get a little bit of protection, as we're getting in some damage here. All right, Holy Light trying to finish off some of these units. Mountain King, Archmage, finally gets to level 5. It is going to be level 3 Water Elementals. Acolytes, are they going to end up falling? And is this just a bit of a dive too much? Crypt Lord going to go ahead, gets an Impale off only on 3 units overall. There's a Death Coil Frost Nova, a bit of overcommitment against that 1 sorceress, but at least you want to ensure some sort of kill here, as the Flying machines are now backing away once again. He's a targeted individual. Yep, yes, he is. Workshop showing 64 supply compared to 52. ThorZaIN, well, still mining, but the main bases are nearly mined out. About 3.5 minutes left. Well, I like Northern Isle definitely better than Echo Isle just because of that additional expansion, making it so that we don't have these, well, long stalemate games with no action until both sides have mined out every single bit of gold. With that said, well, we could have that type of game still, as there is only, what is that? Is it 10,000, 9,000 gold in this gold mine here? And you don't want to be fighting a game when your opponent, fighting in a position where your opponent has, well, just home field advantage. Stormbolt straight up onto that Cripplord. Cripplord losing a lot of mana, followed by a very big Thunderclap right there. Mountain King trying to remove as much mana from that Cripplord, and there's another Stormbolt right there. What is important is that the Cripplord has really not been able to really land any sort of impales. He came into the battle with full mana and only got 2 impales, and that is with also the Obsidian Statue trying to give mana back and forth. All right, Paladin also getting invisibility. He's going to be able to be healed during all this time, and Holy Light keeping up that Mountain King right there. Mountain King, however, getting impaled once more. Mountain King could be in trouble. Are we going to see a potion of mana used right there? Yes, it is. Going after a Crypt Fiend. Crypt Fiend could end up getting taken down. Mountain King still has a little bit of mana ready to go. Are there Scrolls of Town Portal? Yes, there are. He's going to try to force his opponent to use that Scroll of Town Portal as that Cripplord down to 315 hit points. However, another Impale does go down as the Obsidian Statues were able to replenish a lot more mana. Battling it through once again. Holy Light trying to save those Priest back as well. The Priest actually getting into that frontline spot, not really where they want to be, and the Archmage still without an Orb of Fire. That's really been the big problem here, as the Paladin doesn't have Divine Shield. Yes, uses Divine Shield first. And now Stormbolt trying to finish out some more units. Holy Light trying to save more units. Staff of Sanctuary. And at the end of that battle, ThorZaIN at 72 supply compared to Sheik's 58. Crypt Lord is an absolute tank in that front line, has almost 9 armor with Impale, able to shake off any sort of large units, buy himself a little bit of time, but the Spellbreakers have really been removing much of that Crypt Lord's mana. Death Knight sitting at level 3, picks up Claws of Attack +5, is going to be transferred to that Lich to give that Lich more damage. Nope, not as of yet. Sheik, Sheik, he needs to come up with a new strategy. He's fallen behind by 10 supply, and it really is going to come down to whether or not he's able to finish off that back line. That Spellbreaker army in that front is, well, just absorbing. ThorZaIN has lost control of his Priest and his back line a few times, and well, all it takes is a level 3 Impale and a level 2 Frost Nova, which Sheik has, to really start devastating a back line if it is clumped together and not under proper control. ThorZaIN could be making mistakes here, but on top of that, a big mistake here still is no Orb of Fire. We've been seeing how effective those Death Coils have been throughout this matchup, and throughout this matchup through history, and also in this game here. Now, the Disease Cloud is actually acting as a little bit of a mana drain on the human army, as the Priests are being forced to constantly heal a little bit of damage across all of those units. And now the Disease Cloud has come to an end. A couple of Crypt Queens getting a couple of webs down across all of those units. Going to have some free time. Thunderclap across multiple units here, as the Mountain King trying to take down units. A big Impale across multiple. Again, Fly Machines could get taken down. Another Crypt Fiend could get taken down as well, but no. 400 hit point heals, making it rather easy as a Crypt Fiend finally gets taken down. Paladin is leading the charge once again. Divine Shield giving him, making him act like a 17-year-old, as a Death Coil a day late and $1 short right there on the way to try and heal, only to see the Crypt Fiend, 1 pixel away. So far, we're still fighting our way through. Another Stormbolt goes down. Another Crypt Fiend. Oh, Death Coil again. Death Knight must have had some sort of mana pot in order to do exactly that. And I thought the Death Knight was low on mana, and we're looking at the Abomination trying to retreat back down to 739. Was there a polymorph? Did we actually see polymorph? All right, sorceresses, yes, do have polymorph. I didn't even keep track of all of that action. So many big units attacking, fighting, that a little small sheep could easily get away. 72 supply compared to 56. Coming back around here, Spellbreakers leading the charge once more. Spellbreakers 15 to 21 damage, also having a bit of mana as well, as Sheik is, well, just trying to make sure to not make a mistake. And same thing with ThorZaIN. ThorZaIN, however, has transitioned into the flying machine siege damage to be able to, well, bombard this haunted gold mine. That's exactly what you want to be seeing, bombarding of the gold mine to make sure that the gold mine, well, that the flying machines actually have some use outside of taking down destroyers. However, well, Sheik, his opponent is not, and in a key location. There's a big impale across multiple units. Are we going to see some more damage there? There's a Frost Nova as the Mountain King gets a Stormbolt onto the Crypt Fiend. All right, major damage coming across here. Deathquell trying to save that Crypt Fiend. Crypt Fiend looks like it will be saved once again, as without the Orb of Fire, it's really been the Death Knight and free healing from that Death Knight to really keep things alive. However, things don't stay alive forever, especially when you're going up against a level 5 Mountain King and soon to be a level 3 Paladin. Level 3 Thunderclap coupled with level 2 Holy Light and also level 2 Stormbolt. That is going to be a very big deal. Cryptlord does have double pendants of energy, indicating why he's been able to get so many impales off. 530 mana. 530 mana right there to just try and finish off or impale some of those units. All right, are we... interesting enough, there is not that many corpses out onto the field. Mountain King is keeping track of all of these units here. No shade. Stormbolt straight up right there. There's a Death Coil. And once again, if there was just some sort of additional Orb of Fire, the Death Coils just really wouldn't be making that much of a difference, as the units are now trying to back up again. All right, level 3 on that Paladin now. There's a Thunderclap trying to slow things down as the Crypt Lord looks to back away once more. ThorZaIN is a StarCraft. Yes, ThorZaIN did play StarCraft. ThorZaIN did play StarCraft, but he is also a WarCraft 3 pro. I believe he's gone back to WarCraft 3 after playing WarCraft 3 originally. Yeah, I remember when, like, with all the history or with how much WarCraft 3 that ThorZaIN and Moon had played, I think the only time that at DreamHack is probably the only time on a stage where Moon and ThorZaIN actually played WarCraft 3. Prior to that, their matchups had always been in StarCraft 2. So, yeah, a little bit of a tidbit fact right there, as we're looking at a major press. Fly machines, O2 upgrades, going after perhaps the destroyers and the remainder of those units. Once again, another Death Coil able to save, as this destroyer right here, 3-0 upgrades. Well, 3-0 upgrades, gonna be able to stay alive. Death Knight should be able to easily Death Coil that once more, as the Archmage of ThorZaIN now heading over to the top left. And, well, Sheik has to be, or ThorZaIN has to be careful. He cannot allow his opponent to get these free expansions, especially as his opponent is now mining on 2 bases and ThorZaIN is mining on 0. Crypt Fiend's going to get taken down. There goes one Crypt Fiend there. Stormbolt for another Crypt Fiend. Spellbreaker should be able to finish off that last bit right there. There goes an Acolyte. He's able to escape at 6 hit points, as we are now going to finish off the remainder of this creep camp here. All right, I don't know if Sheik realizes that this expansion has already been abandoned. Not worth saving. Only 600 gold left, as the Acolytes, Acolytes here gonna mine the last bit of gold before this haunted gold mine gets taken out. We are looking at a 66 supply compared to 44. No real mining going on for ThorZaIN. Sheik having about 3 minutes of mining left here. And that is it. What you see is what you get, as the armies are starting to run a little bit low. Archmage going to head off to the north here. There is double Spirit Towers. Archmage going to go after perhaps the Nerubian towers and the Spirit towers once more. Mountain King Paladin is in position. Mountain King sitting at level 5, and in comes the pressure. Acolytes, are they even coming bother to repair? No, they are not. There goes the towers already, as this could turn into a base race scenario. All right, Castle, no repairs. Are there any workers? There are 5 workers on each side. I don't know where they are. The workers are now moving back off to the north. Are we perhaps going to be doing a positional swap, as well as Sheik also lose his expansion as well? All right, Sheik losing this Tomb of Relics. Flying Machine's going to bombard, take down all of these units here. And there is a Staff of Sanctuary, no mass teleport. ThorZaIN not having the ability to be everywhere he wants to be. But is he going to try and Scroll of Town Portal back home? That is the question. 64 supply compared to 50. 64 compared to 50. There's a Scroll of Town Portal. One Abomination, perhaps not getting the order to try and leave. What is going on here? Are we going to see a Stormbolt? No Stormbolt. All right, no Stormbolt for some strange reason, as the units are able to actually retreat back. I think if ThorZaIN had gotten a Stormbolt off onto Sheik's Abomination, could have forced the engagement just a little bit more. There's the Stormbolt, but a little bit too little, too late, as an Impale goes down only on a Paladin. Paladin could be in a little bit of trouble, does have Divine Shield, gonna go ahead and use it. Finishes off an Abomination now. Mountain King, however, low on mana. No bash, obviously, as the Mountain King getting up to 75 mana now. Stormbolt straight up onto that Criplord. Criplord going to be losing a little bit of mana before perhaps using a Scroll of Town Portal. No Scroll of Town Portal. Impale getting a lot of that back line. There was a major Impale across all those units, but without the Lich to follow up Frost Nova, all of those units are still alive for now. Mountain King still leading the charge again. Criplord moving around very quickly. Lich perhaps hanging back. If it could get that Frost Nova across that back line here, so much healing would be lost. All right, Criplord says, you know what? You didn't force me to use my Scroll of Town Portal. I can overstay my welcome just a little bit more and try and at least put pressure again. Taking down this main castle would be key. 44 supply compared to 61. Only 1 worker left. What is going on here? Stormbolt straight up onto a Crypt Fiend. Are we going to be looking at a Death Coil? Yes, we are. And no Orb of Fire represents easy, as we see. Oh, this could be bad news. There's that Frost Nova Death Coil that I was, sorry, Impale and Frost Nova that I was talking about earlier. However, out of mana onto that Criplord. All right, the Lich does have a little bit of mana. Are we going to see a major Frost Nova on that back line? No, we are not. They don't want to risk it. That Lich could have dealt so much damage, taken out maybe even 10 supply worth of casters. But no, ThorZaIN says, you know what? I'm not going to lose control of these units. I'm going to make sure to keep all of these units alive and hang them back a little bit further. Flying Machines running around the corner once more. Priests need to do a lot of healing. An army of Spellbreakers cannot win if there is still Obsidian statues, but I don't see any Obsidian statues by Sheik right now. There, once again, the armies are going to accidentally engage against each other. There's an Abomination and a Crypt Fiend here. There's a Destroyer. There's units back at home. What are they doing, being not part of this fight at all? And with no Abominations, with no Obsidian statues, well, Sheik is now really in a tough spot as well. No easy way to get mana, no easy way to get hit points either. And, well, only relying on Endurance Unholy Aura for a little bit of extra, and Blight for a little bit of extra regeneration. All right, a Beetle was able to finish off this one town hall, though. Staff of Sanctuary now taking units back to the barracks, as Scroll of Town Portal will not work. But do we have mass teleport? Yes, we do. All right, a Beetle infestation looking to perhaps try and take down some of these buildings at well. As we're looking at that Beetle, just a bug infestation taking down the workshop here. Meanwhile, off to the north, a Flying Machine catching Acolytes trying to summon up or haunt another gold mine. That is not going to work. And this game may just turn into, well, an Echo Isle ending, as both sides don't want to, well, bring the wrong army. 40 supply compared to 56. Does ThorZaIN realize that Sheik actually has a decent-sized army? There's one Obsidian statue here, so it looked as though the Criplord did purposely sell some items to get that one additional Obsidian statue, which is oh so key and critical. All right, are we going to see just another Death Coil come across here in just a moment? No, Mountain King Stormbolt straight up onto an Abomination. There's a little bit of damage again. Death Knight going to come across with the Death Coil. Going to get in front. A little bit of a body blocking again. There's that Death Coil. And that Death Coil being able to, well, heal at full hit points, a full 400, has really been making it an uphill battle for ThorZaIN. ThorZaIN, however, is winning this war of attrition so far by using Staff of Sanctuary to send units back home. There is another priest right there. What is it doing? I'm going to go ahead and heal itself. And are we going to see another Dispel Magic? No, nope, there it goes. Right there, taking down that beetle. Mountain King, currently invisible again. More beetles making their way back over. There is another... are we going to see another Dispel? Or another Dispel Magic? There it goes. Being able to finish off those beetles. More beetles going to be coming in from the side. Perhaps some flying machines should be brought over just in case, so that this one priest doesn't run out of mana. Are the beetles going to attempt to carry the game on their backs by taking down all of the peasants? Oh, there's one peasant. ThorZaIN has one peasant back here. Is it going to be able to be saved? It needs to try and retreat back. There's a priest. Is it going to try and disenchant? Oh, it's currently the Staff of Sanctuary preventing it from being able to do anything. Meanwhile, back across here, Fire Machine's going up against the Destroyers. Archmage could be in a little bit of trouble. All right, Lich finally gets taken down. Mountain King going to go ahead and fight their way through as we see the level 3 Lich fall. And that is the GG. All right, level 3 Lich falling right at the end. A little bit of cute play coming in from Sheik, but ThorZaIN able to finish off Sheik here by just landing in on those storm bolts and also using that Archmage with Staff of Archmage with Mass Teleport and Staff of Sanctuary, getting all the way there. Okay, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Everyone on Twitch, stay tuned for more WarCraft 3.